Keep it relaxed. But, much. The cup was stuck in the mud. Now let's compare that sound with an sound, because many of my students pronounce words like but a bit like bat, where they push the tongue down too much and open the mouth too much. So, but, bat, much, match, cut, cat, up, app.
Yeah, indeed, pronunciation of the R sound is a big problem. It's a big problem to non-native speakers, and a lot of students find it difficult to answer questions on the R sound in their exams. So what I do for my students is to teach them how to identify the R sound in words, and that is what I'm going to share with you. If you are still watching this video, please make sure you watch to the end, because you're going to learn how to identify the R sound in words, just like the examples that were given by ETJ English. Yeah, you find the R sound in words that contain U between two consonants. You know that when you have U between two consonants, you either pronounce it as U or as A. Nigerians will pronounce the U that is supposed to be pronounced as A as O, and that's where the problem is. If you're a Nigerian and you're able to identify U between two consonants that Nigerians pronounce as O, alright, just know that the right pronunciation is A. For example, a Nigerian will say but instead of but. A Nigerian will say cut instead of cut. A Nigerian will say hot instead of hot. A Nigerian will say sun instead of sun. Alright, so if you're able to identify the U between two consonants that Nigerians pronounce as O, the right pronunciation is A. But if you're in Ghana, you should learn to identify the U between two consonants that Ghanaians pronounce as A. Okay, you have seen that is not when you want to pronounce the sound. You don't have to widen your mouth so much. Okay, you have to relax your mouth and relax your tongue and pronounce the sound, not So those used between two consonants that Ghanaians pronounce as the right pronunciation is okay, and those used between two consonants that Nigerians pronounce as O, the right pronunciation is okay, is not Alright, so just know that when you're pronouncing the R sound, you have to relax your tongue. Okay, you don't have to widen it so much. Another phonetic environment where you find the R sound is in words that contain OU between two consonants. Okay, like the word carriage. Now you know that as a Nigerian you say courage. Alright, now that's not the right pronunciation. The O in carriage is pronounced It has this sound. So when you have OU between two consonants that Nigerians pronounce as O, okay, I mean OU between two consonants that Nigerians pronounce as O, not the ones that Nigerians pronounce as a different sound, alright? Because in the word plow, P-L-O-U-G-H, okay, Nigerians do not say plow, we say plow, alright? So when you have OU that Nigerians pronounce as O, like double, okay, Nigerians will say double, cousin, and Nigerian will say cousin. So many other words, okay, that contain OU between two consonants that Nigerians pronounce as O. The right pronunciation is this sound, okay, except one word, and that word is cough. That word is cough, okay, is only the word cough that has OU between two consonants that Nigerians pronounce as O, and the right pronunciation is O. Alright, but the other words that contain OE like rough, tough, etc., Nigerians will pronounce them as tough, rough, so just take that as a clue to help you in answering questions in your exam. So whether you're taking GCE, WASSCE, JAMB, UTME, GCSE, whatever exam it is that you are preparing for, so learn to identify the OU between two consonants that Nigerians pronounce as O as alright. Now another place where you find the R sound is in words blood and flood. Blood and flood. And in some words that contain O, the words that contain O that Nigerians pronounce as O or even O, that the right pronunciation is For example, a Nigerian will say dove, D-O-V-E. Okay, a Nigerian will say will pronounce it as dove or as dove, but I think the more popular pronunciation of that word is dove. Now the right pronunciation is dove. The O is pronounced Now Nigeria will pronounce the word oven as oven, right? But the O in oven is pronounced and not O. Nigeria would pronounce the word son, S-O-N, as son, and Nigeria would pronounce the word some, S-O-M-E, as some, and Nigeria would pronounce the word honey as honey. All right, so there are so many words like that. You just have to learn them individually. And if you are preparing for any oral English exam, you should really get the book Oral English Guide for Student Secret Examinations. Use the link in the comment section to get it, or send me a WhatsApp message. All right, so yeah, if you are taking JAMB UTME next year, or you are preparing for NECO GCE, or you are preparing for WASSCE next year, you ought to be in our classes. You ought to join my inner circle. Okay, be in our classes. We start lessons on October 2nd, 2025, and every single day we've been preparing students to ace the exam next year. We have other teachers who are handling the different subjects. We have teachers of all the subjects. When I say teachers, I don't mean average teachers, because we don't want to produce average results. We want excellence. So I have excellent teachers who are committed, and the best teacher, the teacher that produces the highest scoring candidate, has some monetary reward. So it's like a competition among the teachers. They are committed and they want to do their best to ensure they produce the highest scoring candidate. So ensure you join our classes if you are preparing to take JAMB UTME next year, if you are preparing to take WASSCE next year, if you are preparing for NECO GCE that is coming up next month. Ensure you join our classes, and the fee is just 2,000 naira per subject per month. 2,000 per subject per month. And if you are registering for 4 subjects, the fee is 6,000 naira per month. All right, so that will be all for today. Thank you very much. I hope you gained value. I'll see you guys again very soon in another video. Bye.